From the site that many call the loudest in the NFL, we are inside Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. Here we go.
Garoppolo on first down. That's caught. It's Coleman. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Here we go.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Right back to Coleman here on first down. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. That one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. 1st and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. And he had a nifty little deep juke move, but he stopped shortly thereafter. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. They do go for it. It's Garoppolo dancing to his left. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory down at the 33. This is Coleman. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Tevin Coleman. 33 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Speaking of Damian Williams, great Super Bowl. 17 carries, over 100 yards, and a touchdown on the ground. Charles, he also had one through the air. Did you think he would have that type of a game?
I wasn't sure that we would see that type of a game, but I knew he would be a part of their offense in terms of trying to break down what San Francisco does, that he would get the bulk of carries. But did I see 104 yards on the ground and a touchdown? Probably not. Did I see him catching one as well, 133 yards of total offense? Probably not. But give him his due, because now In his postseason career, which is 6 games, 5 of them with Kansas City, 1 with Miami, he scored 11 touchdowns.
Wow.
So on the big stage, the big lights, he produces, and he actually won the battle between undrafted free agent running backs because his total versus Raheem Mostert, who ran for, I believe, 58 yards and a touchdown for San Francisco, advantage Kansas City, advantage Damian Williams.
That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word, going for it on 4th down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on 4th down here early in the game.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw, it's Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles.
And the pressure gets to him again. Nick Bosa able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go, shh.
There is a hush indeed. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, to me, that's taking a big gamble defensively because that alignment you see, that's normally something you see down near the goal line. Because now, if they decide to go play action, something should be open there, and I think open big.
So maybe that's something that gets filed away for later.
I think without a doubt, you write it down, and if you see that look at a later date, go ahead and take your shot.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Garoppolo to throw, and that will be incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the 1st down, even throwing the football.
Escaping the pressure right. The Sanders has got it complete. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off, and it'll be a turnover on downs.
Wait. Here we go, D. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Throwing now is Mahomes. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. Well, partner, let's put a bow on the Super Bowl for Kansas City. What a comeback win. Yet another come-from-behind victory for Patrick Mahomes and company. An absolute heartbreak for San Francisco.
Didn't Madden predict Kansas City would win the game?
Yes, 35-31, I believe they predicted.
I felt like most of the predictions I saw had the game in the 30s, so a little bit lower scoring than we expected, but a lot of fireworks down the stretch, all by Kansas City. But how about San Francisco? Had the lead in the ball, under 12 minutes to go, and held Kansas City to 10 points through 3 quarters. And somehow they're winging their way back to San Francisco, trying to understand how they lost that game.
Yeah, not only did Kansas City win it, but they end up winning it by 11 points. They didn't see that coming at all. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Flushed out right. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try a pressure advantage.
Now on 4th down, they throw the deep ball, but it winds up to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. A gain of 3, 2nd down. On 2nd down, Williams. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away as they are now on the board here in the first half. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This one taken from the 7. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers. Here's Coleman. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
From the 39, Garoppolo, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder, coming up at halftime, while the two of us head for warmer areas of the press box, we'll be sending you to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half. And they're going to go for this. Just 1 for 3 so far on fourth down tries. They're trying again. Forced out to his left. And now he'll let this one go deep. Back over them into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bashaud Breeland. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has, really. They come up here now, first down. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And he stopped immediately there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Throwing is Mahomes on third. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Touchdown, 49ers. Tevin Coleman with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6.
And that lead is now 7 with a chance to go to 8 or more if they want to get crazy here, which we don't expect. But I just know the way the game's being played with the analytics, there's going to be a lot more going for 2 in a lot of situations, isn't there?
Yeah, there's going to be. And I think their focus here, they don't want to give up anything going into the lockers on the other, and just a little bit of time left on the clock.
Yeah, they don't want to do anything to erase the good feeling they have right now by getting this late score in the half.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Mahomes now to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce, an 80-yard touchdown, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
All square now at 13 all as he sends this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. Not much has changed since we left you at halftime. The snow still continuing to fall as we are back underway.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Line 8. There's a little 80. 54. Let him know. Yellow.
From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Single receiver. 4 yards on the pickup. Right there. 54. Right there.
From the 44, Mahomes. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one covers 29 yards. First down. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Oh, but this is going to backfire as it's intercepted. Picked up by Akello Witherspoon. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20, 10, and they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
With that incompletion, a chance to mention the awards. Now with the season over, Lamar Jackson, as we speculated, he's the MVP, Coach of the Year. John Harbaugh, Lamar's coach. Michael Thomas, Stephon Gilmore, Offensive and Defensive Players of the Year, Offensive and Defensive Rookies of the Year. That went to Kyler Murray and Nick Bosa. And the Comeback Player of the Year, Charles, Ryan Tannehill, no surprise there.
Not to mention the #1 award that the NFL gives out, the one that they give the most credence isn't the right word, the most attention to, and the one that they want trumpeted the most, that's the Walter Payton Man of the Year, because that represents the totality of a player in the NFL, not just what they do on the field, but off the field as well. And that goes to Calais Campbell, the defensive tackle for the Jacksonville Jaguars. What a great award. Congratulations, Calais.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
White. Protein spill. Check.
They will run again with Coleman. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one going the wrong direction. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be from 56 yards out. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And there is nothing easy about being a kicker on a day like this.
Yeah, I tell you, not only is the footing tough in the snow, but kicking that ball is like kicking a rock. Very difficult to get any sort of feel on your kicks.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. The tight end Kelsey was the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. Let's get to some Hall of Fame talk while we have a second, because last week we mentioned the 15 guys that we knew were going into the Hall. 5 added: Isaac Bruce, Steve Hutchinson, Edgerrin James, Steve Atwater, and Troy Polamalu. You think about it, CD. For Polamalu, it was his first year of eligibility. People knew he would go in. Atwater was his 16th year. He had to wait a long time.
He certainly did, and I often wonder about the psychology.
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 54 yards. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Butker now to add the extra point. And the conditions miserable for a kicker and a holder, but this one's good, and with it, they take the lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Got the connection here to Bourne. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. It's caught by Sanders. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. They'll run with Coleman on first down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now on 2nd and 13. Garoppolo drops it off for Coleman. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 14.
Here we go, here we go. We play to win. Left. Here we go. 56 is the mic. 65.
They'll run on first down. It's Coleman, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Garoppolo to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver. 3rd down here. The Niners on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And with that, they will move ahead by 2 here in the 4th. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart, and they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Well, so much of playing quarterback in the snow comes down to trying not to do too much. You've got to just keep telling yourself, throws downfield we've run every day in practice all year. But guess what? They suddenly become more difficult. And this one gets away from him and winds up an interception.
Past the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Tevin Coleman, 49 yards. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. All right, now what can the Niners do as they face a big 2-point conversion here? Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the 2-point conversion for good measure. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Tackle that time by Jarquiski Tart. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And he'll actually lose about 7 yards on the return, but they have possession of the football on the turnover. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Garoppolo. He hits his target. It's the tight end, Toilolo. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. Garoppolo now. 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Here we go.
On play action. Now Garoppolo. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. The Niners on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. Looking for Sanders here on the deep ball. And that is incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands. No matter how it goes to the other team, they just don't trust doing that. So they say, let's go for it and try and finish it ourselves.
Eluding the pressure right. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Buying time to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Nick Bosa in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Mahomes to throw. Flush to his right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
All right, just go ahead and say it with me. That was
a mistake,
yes,
for sure.
Without a doubt, because at some point, put your foot in the ground, get upfield, and get down protecting the ball. Don't go out of bounds, because when you go out of bounds, you're really just helping the defense.
Yeah, not to be too hyperbolic, but it's like giving the D an extra timeout, isn't it?
It certainly is. Gives them a chance to regroup, and it means you have to snap the ball an additional time, which always means the possibility of a mistake.
Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down.
Here we go.
Back to throw, Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
That's right, baby. They don't want it. Hey, Delta.
Well, Garoppolo's going to throw it. This one complete to Coleman. And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. So the victory here for San Francisco, and it took a big fourth quarter to do it, but bottom line, they got the job done.
Yeah, it is the bottom line, isn't it? A few anxious moments along the way, though, a few sweaty palms, not just for the team, but for their fans. As you mentioned, down going into the fourth quarter. How about the rally? How about the comeback? Getting it done on both sides of the ball, holding them when they needed to, and finding ways to get points when they had the football.
So that'll do it.